What's up, YouTube? Demi here with the freshly finished, what is this build? Oh my god, I forgot the name. This is a really good start to a video. I'm glad you're here to see this. This is Flying Purple People, but I made it crit because crit is just always going to be higher DPS than literally any other type of build, right? So we're gonna go ahead and run this little shaper here and show you how it goes. Should be great. Don't kill me, Malachi. But yeah, I reworked the build to be crit because Slayer gets that juicy little, 8% base crit meme, which is pretty freaking broken. It just converts any weapon that you equip to 8% base crit, So if you have a 5% base crit weapon, now you have an 8% base crit weapon, and it's much better. Because 8% base crit is like, what, 60% more crit than you started with as a 5%? Am I doing that math right? Probably. I don't know. Malachi takes forever to kill. He's annoying. Let's go ahead and get rid of all these dudes. I may fast forward through this part because it's just ads. No one cares about this, right? Oh, ooh, map return. Nice. Shaper never drops maps. All right, I will see you when we get to Shaper. Okay, we're here. Sorry about that. The ads just, I don't know why I didn't start recording when I got to this part. Well, we're here now, and that's all that matters. Hi, Shaper. Come here, I need to slap you. Use the beam. Use the beam. Use the beam. Okay, are you just gonna... not gonna do it? Really? Alright, well... there you go. Fucking instant phased him. Incredible, right? So good. 100%. Alright, I'll see you in the next shaper. And we're back. Alright, let's go for phase 2. Again, we're gonna wait for the beam, hopefully, and then try to burst him. Come here, friend. Beam, 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 beam. Oh, alright. Invuln stages are fine too, I guess. But yeah, I've crafted a new amulet, a new ring, a new helmet, a couple other pieces. Now I got new jewelry, got a good watcher's eye, just all sorts of upgrades. Oh, come on. Why are you like this? And it's so much better. I have something like, oh, do I want to spoil the DPS numbers? I think I do. I have around 15 million DPS with Impale right now. And there's a separate variant from, this is a Slayer, right? There's another variant that I have built ready as a Berserker that has even more damage if you would like to be in the meme DPS levels of damage. But I'll see you at the next phase. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and wait. I'm gonna wait 11 minutes here. It takes 11 minutes for Shaper to regen to full HP in this phase. If you don't kill the Unshaped, he just regens life, right? You're supposed to go really fast, but I'm gonna wait. So I will be right back. It's 1749. I'll see you at 1800. Be right back. All right, we're back. It's 1800. Time to do the thing. So the pros and cons of this build versus the normal non-crit build, both of which will be linked in the description. This is way more expensive because you're crit and everybody wants to go crit, so you have to fight the demand for that, right? And the other side of it, the other con is you're squishier, but on the bright side, you usually get to tell people how much DPS you do in terms of like shapers per second instead of, millions of DPS, which is usually a lot more attractive to a lot of people. So let's go ahead and kill this thing without wasting too many flasks, because as you know, Shaper likes to go invulnerable and he's an ass. So we're just gonna do this the slow way. All right. Let's go do this. Let's do this thing. But I just wanted to make this build based around Painbane, but as a crit version, because I fucking love Painbane. It's the highest DPS weapon in Path of Exile. It's 1039 PDPS, it's pretty great. Go good. And fucking invuln. Yeah, okay, great. Thanks, Shaper. I appreciate you. I need him to beam so I can do a burst. Do the beam. Okay, thank you. Go. He's dead. We did it. And you want to know the best part about all of that? You guys are like, oh, I can't afford 1000 DPS. I don't have a mirror. I don't have 100x feet. That's stupid. Guess what I just did that run with? A fucking white flesh ripper. The whole run. You can see it. You can literally see. It's not Painbane. Painbane looks like that. That's Painbane. This is a white flesh ripper. All right, anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the Ascendancy Choices, skill tree, all that other garbage. because you know, that was a flesh ripper. I have around, I think, 5 mil with a white flesh ripper, and with Pain Bane I have around 15 mil. So, you know, it's decent. All right, so Ascendancy-wise, you're a duelist. You've ascended into a Slayer because Slayer got buffed to hell this patch. It's amazing. So we take Headsman for 10% more damage if you killed recently, 20% more damage against unique enemies. That basically nullifies any damage reduction that unique enemies have with that free 20% more. You're also immune to Fizz Reflect, because why not? It's fine. The other one, you got Endless Hunger, 20% of overkill damage leases life. That means if you hit an enemy for like 10k damage and they have 1k life left, you dealt 9k damage. You leech like 1.8k damage if I did the math right, something like that. You also can't be stunned while leeching, and you're immune to bleeding while leeching. Great, incredible. The other two nodes that are newly buffed here, we have Impact, because you 50% increased accuracy rating, 2% melee range, which is huge for Cyclone. You get 5% AoE per enemy killed up to 50%, and you get 15% more melee damage to enemies based on proximity. So it's like point blank, basically. You're sitting on top of them, you get 15% more damage. And over here we have Overwhelm, which means that your base crit for attacks with weapons is 8%. You also get a 10% to multi per nearby enemy, up to 100%. So if you're doing, like, you know, fighting in a pack, you have 100% extra multi, which is ridiculous. Then you give nearby enemies negative 30% crit multi, so you take less damage if they manage to crit you. The rest of the skill tree, you got a bunch of life, you got some attack speed, you got some life, you got all some two-handed nodes, you got some life, you got some axe attack speed damage nodes, some leech, some crit multi with two-handers, some crit multi with oh, that's behind the emote, but crit multi with axes. Over here we have impale effect. So this node and this, this wheel and this wheel combined with Dread Banner, which is somewhere in my right here, gives you a 100% chance to impale, along with a bunch of impale effect. Impale is basically like physical damage equivalent of penetration. It's not exactly that, but it's more or less what it does. I have 7 impale stacks, so each impale gives me 10% more damage, basically, something like that, and then it's multiplied by my impale effect. I have around 140% more physical damage from impale after I hit an enemy 7 times. So it takes a little bit to ramp up, but we hit really fast with Cyclone, so it's not a big deal. And then I have more crit multi over here, some more axe nodes, some melee range with axes, some melee range here, some life, some attack speed, accuracy, dex in, some attack speed, some life. You see a trend here, lots of life, more two-handed nodes here. This is for axes, so you get onslaught on kill here, more damage is here, jewels, life, and all the other crit multi for melee right here. So jewels, I have a Watcher's Eye. This is actually a really bad Watcher's Eye. It's literally just impales you, inflict, take 2 additional hits while using Pride, which we are using. A really good Watcher's Eye would be this, plus double damage with Pride, plus crit strike chance with precision, or sorry, crit multi with precision would be really good. Attack damage with precision's decent. I think there's an attack damage with Pride as well. You're using Pride. Basically anything with Pride and precision that gives you crit multi damage, stuff like that. But the Impale one is paramount, that's the best one. Your other jewels are just gonna be crit multi stuff. So you get crit multi with two-handed with axes and global crit multi and melee crit multi as your crit multi options. Then you can get like fizz damage with axes, two-handed, attack speed, life, all that good stuff. Same as this one. These are both double multi, life, attack speed. As for the rest of my gear, you saw this white flesh ripper, which is, you know, pretty decent. And then if you were to actually, like, you know, invest heavily into your character, you could then swap into an Nidzere's Disfavor, would be about 600 PDPS, or even before that, Sinvicta's was like 400 PDPS, then Nidzere's is 600 PDPS, and then Pain Bane is 1039 DPS, which is great. Yeah, and it's got Calling Strike against bleeding enemies, and we do have bleed. Wait, where is it? Somewhere. Chance to inflict, it's rare. I don't know where it is. Oh, right there. Chance to cause bleeding. I found it. 20% chance. That's all you need to hit really fast. Okay, so other gear slots. I have made 2 new pieces for this character that aren't on the normal non-crit build. This is this ring, which is stupid and disgusting and amazing all at the same time. I'll be sure to link the crafting videos to all of my gear in the description. I did self-craft every piece of gear that I'm wearing. I made this like a couple days ago. But it is T2 accuracy, T1 multi, T1 life, T1 life on hit, T1 melee damage, and the -9 mana cost of skills, which makes my Cyclone completely fucking free. It's great. You only need one of those crafts. Just one is all you need. My other ring is just life damage resist. It's pretty simple. I actually want to upgrade this one still. I want to get another ring with multi on it. and something else. Probably I need resist though. I need a lot of resist on this ring slot, so I'd like to replace the minimum frenzy charge with a multi-roll and replace the elemental damage with attack rolls with another life on hit potentially, or increased damage. 20% increased damage craft would be great. So work on that. The second piece that I crafted that's new is this amulet, which is just stupid. It's T1 flat fizz, T1 crit multi, T1 attack speed. Start over. T1 flat fizz to attacks because we're pure fizz and pale. That's great. T1 crit chance, T1 crit multi, T1 shaper movement speed, T1 shaper reduced mana. So I get to fit more precision levels in here. So I get more accuracy, more crit out of my auras. And I have the prefix craft for the melee damage and melee weapon and unarmed attack speed. If you want to go super fast with Cyclone, #1 amulet right there. Rest of my gear, let's see, we got this disgusting belt. It's got damage, life recovery rate, which helps you leech faster, attack speed, melee damage during flask effect, and increased damage. The elemental damage during attack skills is kind of useless. I have Taste of Hate for some cold damage, but more or less useless. I would like to replace that with physical damage, which I believe is a prefix on these, so that would be perfect. I need to use fossils on an Elder Stygian, though. That's going to take a minute. And then for my beautiful next piece are these disgusting boots. These are synthesis boots. Lots and lots of int. I need a ton of int. So these give you 65 intelligence, 42% movement speed with permanent onslaught, which is another 20% movement speed. So you're at 62% movement speed from these boots, 65 int, 96 resist, cannot be frozen, and 20% attack speed. Pretty good boots. Pretty good. I'm pretty happy with these. They also have the attack speed if you've killed recently, so that's another, it's 36% attack speed on my boots. Decent. And then we go to my gloves. These are Legacy Insanity gloves. They're disgusting, as always. It's life, +1 weapon range, and then 76% resist, and 20% more attack and cast speed for my Leap Slam. So my Leap Slam is stupidly fast. And then, of course, the next slot is my helmet. I needed lots of resist and lots of mitigation, so I went for the... oh god, I don't even know how to do math for that. All the resists, all the life, and 18% physical damage taken as fire. So it's tons of mitigation. I don't have the right helmet chain yet. I've been running it through lab. I hit Blade Flurry damage and I was like, should I keep this? Maybe. Blade Flurry damage is pretty fucking good, so I decided to sit on it for now, but I will be eventually rolling it for Cyclone damage or attack speed. I'm not sure which yet. Probably damage, depending on what PvP says. And the last crowning piece of glory for this build, besides Payman, of course, is my chest piece. So this is a stupidly high DPS chest piece that I'm not even utilizing to its fullest potential because I currently don't have a way to apply Assassin's Mark, just vulnerability. So this is +1 support gems, so all of my melee, physical, pulverize, all that good stuff becomes level 22. I have level 1 maim, so this is now a 7 link chest, which gives you a more multiplier and an increased physical damage multiplier to your attacks. It's got T1 life, T1 delve aura effect, T2 elder base crit, and additional curse prefix. So yeah. It's disgusting. It's just a lot of deeps. Great, right? So if you're looking for the more budget version, you can use a life resist helmet. A Devoto's is great. Starkondra's is pretty good as well. Gloves, you just get life resist gloves with an open prefix to craft weapon range on it. If you can get attack speed, if you can get flat physical damage, if you can get accuracy on your gloves, great. Boots, movement speed, resist, nothing complex there. If you can get cannot be frozen as a prefix craft, it frees up a flash slot, otherwise it doesn't really matter. Amulet, quicker multi flat fizz, life, be pretty basic. If you know prefix for the melee damage weapon range, great. Rings, flat fizz, life, attack speed, accuracy, stats if you need them. If you can get an elder one that's got like, if you can get a shaper one actually with a Assassin's Mark on hit roll, that'd be really good too. I might craft that here actually. I should make an Assassin's Mark steel ring. That would be good. I'll work on that. And of course, this is you want a max DPS ring with some life gained on hit sustain. 20 life gain on hit doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're hitting the whole screen all the time, like many times a second. Where's my Cyclone? Without any buffs, I'm at almost 10 attacks per second. So I'm hitting one enemy, that's 200 life a second. I'm hitting 10 enemies, that's like 2,000 life a second. Wait, am I doing that math right? One enemy 10 times a second. Yeah, 200, yeah, that's right, right? And then if I just keep hitting the whole screen, it's like an instant leech basically from one ring slot. It's disgusting. Belt, just get life resist, some damage, fizz damage if you can. If you get an elder belt with life recovery rate, great. Chest piece. Let's see, belly of the beast, carcass jack, an elder chest with just maim on it, or an elder chest with just +1 base crit, +1.5% base, whatever, +1 support gems, maim, all that good stuff, right? And then in your abyssal jewel socket here, I have crit multi, fizz damage, attack speed, which is I think the highest damage I can get besides if I got another flat fizz roll instead of the life roll, but I wanted the life, so that's that. Flasks, you want some deeps flask, right? So you're gonna use a diamond flask, with curse immunity if you have freeze boots. If you don't have freeze boots, get freeze here. Lion's Roar for more damage, Zeri's Promise for more damage, Taste of Fate for more damage, and Fizz mitigation. And if you can afford a Bottled Faith, they're OP. If you can't afford a Bottled Faith and you just want deeps, use a Sin's Rebirth. Gives you 30% of your Fizz as extra chaos. If you don't want to use that either, you can just use a Quicksilver for Gotta Go Fast memes. Totally up to you. I use this for boss fighting, and normally I just run with this. Pantheons. So defensively, you can take Solo Solaris for reduced elemental damage, Fizz mitigation, no damage from crits, and then you can take this one for reduced Fizz mitigation, or increased Fizz mitigation, and nerfing enemies' attack speed. If you want to go pure speed, you can take Lunaris for that movement speed for each nearby enemy, and Garukon for movement speed if you haven't been hit recently. If you want to map, I would use these. Super fast mapping. If you want defensive single target, I would use these. Bandits, you're going to help Alira for the for the crit multi all res good stuff. Stop there. Post-recording Demi here with the realization that I didn't tell you any of my gem links because I am a dumb. So, main 6 link, you have your Cyclone, you have Impale, you have Infused Channeling, Melee Physical Damage, Pulverize, and Fortify. Hooray! If you want even more deeps, I believe you swap out Melee Fizz for something for Conk Effect, if I remember it. I don't know, it's in the POV. Your secondary 6 link, which you can do whatever the hell you want with. If you want to use Vol Double Strike, you can. I use a Vol Ancestral War Chief, Conk Effect, multiple totems, Maim, Melee Fizz, and Bloodlust because we inflict bleed with Cyclone. This gives a huge more multiplier to our totem. Oops. Aura links, we have a level 4 Enlighten linked to Pride, Flesh and Stone, and Blood and Sand for more damage, and more damage, and more damage. Wow, you guessed it. All right, next links in your Insanity Gloves, if you have them. You don't need them. I got Leap Slam and Faster Attacks linked with a, that's it, just a 2 link. Then I have Blood Rage for the attack speed, leech, frenzy charge on kill. And then I have Precision for the accuracy crit strike chance. This level will depend on if you have a Reservation Amulet or level 4 Enlighten. If you don't have either of those, it'll probably be level 1. And last setup is cast when damage taken, Vulnerability for the more damage. If you're struggling with crit, use Assassin's Mark. Also a Dread Banner for that last little bit of Impale chance, and a Lightning Golem for attack and cast speed. Is there anything else I need to talk about? I went through that really fast. Enchantments, Commandment of Fury, attack and cast speed, Cyclone damage. You can also use any other melee skill with this variant if you don't like Cyclone for whatever reason. If you want to use Vol Double Strike, Ground Slam, Earthquake, anything that works with an axe, you can switch to that. Tectonic Slam, Consecrated Path, doesn't matter. They all work. We have a little bit of like AoE stuff, but not a lot. So if you honestly just want to play literally any melee build with this, you can. It's a good template, right? If you want to go swords, just take out the axe nodes, take the swords nodes instead. If you want to go maces, do the same thing. If you want to go staves, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, and there's a lot of good crit stave stuff up here, so you might want to like repath. But other than that, pretty basic character, honestly. It's just, I threw a shitload of currency at it over the past, I don't know, year and a half, 2-3 years ago. Since, I've just been throwing currency at it until I got Pain Bane to the highest DPS possible, and then I min-maxed all the way up to my gear, except for this ring, and this belt needs change. I had elemental damage before, that's why I had the wed. So I'll work on that. But in the meantime, enjoy the crit meme. Let me pull up POV so you can see this. So this is current Shaper DPS with current gear with Pain Bane, right? If I switch to that Flesh Ripper, I have about 3.5 mil or so, I think. And then if I make the Berserker variant, which is not that different of a skill tree, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I just put 2 points instead of these life nodes because I got life here. I put them into 2 damage nodes. The skill tree is exactly the same otherwise, and the gear is exactly the same, except for suddenly I have 34 mil DPS instead of 14 point something mil DPS. So if you want to do 1.5 Shapers per second, make the Berserker variant. You'll be a little bit squishier, but you can do way more deeps because blitz charges and 40% more damage and quicker multi-fizz damage. They're just stupid amount of DPS. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you want a Pain Bane, Mirror Threads in the description, the comment section is below. If you want to support what I do and help continue me being able to live the dream of making video game content for a living, my Patreon's at the top of the description if you want to check that out. I would greatly appreciate it. But otherwise, thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I did this with a really high energy. I don't know why. So hopefully that was good. Either way, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and that'll be Demi out.